NALS really appreciates the support of our exhibitors here at the first ever Northern NALS Conference, and I'm joined now by one of them. It's Hankey from TDS. So welcome, Nick.
Thank you.
Obviously great to have your support here. Why did you want to support this event?
I think it's very important that the whole country is covered, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here in York and to be with Northern friends who we've dealt with for many years. Lots of nice people here to talk to, and also some new contacts. But I think it's also important to show support for NALS and what they stand for regulation, for doing the right thing and being a proper agent if you're a member of NALS. And I think that's a very important message to spread around the country. And I think sometimes parts of the country get forgotten, and I think they always appreciate it when we come and make the effort to be here.
No, quite, I agree. And that's been a very sort of common theme kind of in my interviews, that the PRS is quite fragmented in the respect that there's certain initiatives being rolled out in some areas and not others. So it's actually good to be on the ground here with local agents.
Yes, and particularly in York, for example, there's a lot of new investment bills for student housing and that sort of thing, and that gives a new dynamic to what has traditionally been small landlords letting to students in HMOs, and now they're competing against a whole new product, and that's very interesting talking to some of our members that are in that situation, and some are doing well and some aren't doing so well, but it's very interesting dynamics for us as well, and to see where tenancy deposit protection should be in that mix.
And for you to actually see your customers face to face as well, it's a good opportunity, isn't it?
Always fantastic. You know, tenancy deposit protection, although it's very important, is often a very small part of people's business, and just finding out what's niggling them and that we can do better, and also to get a few pats on the back is quite nice as well.
Well deserved indeed. Now obviously lots of changes going on in the private rented sector, which partly today's conference is about addressing. On your side of things, there's the deregulation bill, and it's been very helpful, certainly from our perspective, to have TDS's kind of input in that kind of educational process.
Absolutely, and there is a leaflet available for that to sort of give more advice, and it's something we've been looking for and pushing for, and we're delighted it made it before the change in government, because we were very concerned that with the legislative programme they wouldn't be able to fit it in, and we did need clarity after Super Strike.
Quite.
Yes,
and it's been quite confusing. But
a lot of confusion for people.
So just to finish then, what do you think are the kind of biggest challenges facing the PRS moving forward?
To me, the thing that's really hit me today, which is something that has been bubbling under perhaps the last 2 or 3 months, is the figures about the greedy landlords and how much money they're making, which I was always a bit sceptical about, are very, very false. And if you're a new landlord coming in today, and we've got to be wary, I think, of all these people with their pension pots, which is a whole minefield for the individual who think, oh, I'll just buy a house and that'll keep me a pension. The returns are not good, and if you go about things properly with a regulated agent, you're going to have very small returns, and I think that will have an impact on the growth in the sector as that message goes through. And Kate's report made that quite clear as well, and it's really hit me today. A lot of people have been talking about that and saying perhaps the returns aren't as good as we thought they were.
Well, I think that's a valid point, but also an educated landlord can help avoid the pitfalls.
Oh, absolutely.
And working with an accredited NALS or safe agent can also ensure that their investment is looked after and the tenants are looked after and best practice, basically.
Yes, absolutely. And they mention things like having landlords clinics at agencies, and that's something TDS is delighted to support. We have done 1 or 2 in parts of the country where we go as part of the lineup. And it's people who have got money that want to invest, particularly in growth centres, further down south, Aylesbury, Bicester, those sort of places, where there's lots of houses to buy. And that, I think, is something positive that we could bring in partnership with agents going forward.
Okay, well, thanks very much for your support of our first ever Northern Conference here in beautiful York, and it's been a great day.
Delighted to be here.